Good morning. This is Frank with the Morning Quick Shot, brought to you by Trade Stalkers and Ninja Pro Traders. It's Tuesday, March 21st. It's about 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. Let's get started here. Looks like we had a little bit open here at 69, and it just climbed right back steady overnight, all the way back up through one of our first zones, yesterday's open, and basically yesterday's high, plus a couple ticks here. So we had an actual high of 76, 75. Overnight low, technically just a 68. All right. So where do we go from here? Well, we're well above the open and we're above one of our zones above the 24-hour VWAP. Just pulled right back here to yesterday's open. What you expect possibly is now the bounce to the upside, back up, retest this high, maybe some consolidation until morning, until about 8:30 open somewhere in there, and then move on up if possible. And what I mean by that is the buyers really got to step back in. Sellers are really trying to hold this market back down. So we've got to break above this 76 area, 77. We've got to break above this zone to about the 78, 79. Get pulled back, let it retest this top area right here at 76. If we can hold this retest, it'll push us right back up at 82. And if we squeeze this together a little bit, you can see 82 is going to be where we're going to hit some major resistance right here at the top, and we're going to be looking for them to push right back down, possibly right back into 79. You can see that was the open for the day over there. So we'll be back into there, possibly back to this zone. Some consolidation, probably right in this area. But depending on the news and events in the world, it could just decide, okay, we've had enough and it'll drive right through and we start heading back up. So now if we can break through this zone, you open this back up just a little bit. If you can open this up and go right back up through the zone, then come back and look for that test and try to see if this is going to hold. If it does, get the bounce. We'll be heading up to 88 area and then look for it to retrace again, probably 86 at this time of the day, depending on where we get there, maybe even a pull back all the way down into this 80 area, 82. So be careful with that. But if we could get this 88 at early time frame today, be looking to possibly move right on up into the 94s and 2400. I expect that for the high of the day if we even get there. It's going to be a tough day to get up there. Now to the downside, if we come up and fail this area and consolidate through here, never get above this, and we can somehow break down below this zone, get to the bottom here, we're going to head straight for the open, maybe even the overnight low immediately. Now here, we're going to get pre-market support and look for a bounce right back up into this zone, possibly right back up to where we are. So be careful of that and just let it trade through this and stay out of this whole area right through here while it does that. Wait for a breakout above here or the pullback once it does, and then go long. All right, and to the short side again here, wait for the breakout down to here. We're also going to have support, great support for double bottom right here at the 65 area, and buyers are really going to step in. This will be a great place for this market to step right in, head right up to the 82, pretty tough light. All right, now if it fails, once we get through down to this zone, comes back up and retest the 68, 69 area, and it comes right back down and fails, look for about a 63.75 somewhere in this area. Come back up and retest this double bottom and then head down for 60. Again, probably back up to retest this area, but 62 should be a norm, but it could come all the way back up to the retest this again. Get some consolidation in here depending on the time of day and the news events. If it could get down here right around the 59 area and break through the 58, watch a retest of this zone, then we're going to be heading down to 54 areas. And as we talked about before, we've got zones down here at 51, 52 area, down 46, but our key support down here is at this 42 area. So here's where we got to be really careful. If we get into a good decline here and we get all the way down, look for this thing not to stop down to the 40s. All right. If you've got any questions, let me know, and we're going to move right on into our volume profile. As we look at the 4 hour time frame real quick, we can see we've just been consolidating sideways since we hit the 87, pull back. We've got to stay above this 60 area. That's that key area. Here's that 42 area. If we break this, 60 area and head down, we might double bottom here at 50, but man, it's going to come fast down to this 42 area. So be aware of that. Now, going back up, we've got this struggle here at the 75. We go 81, and then we got this 87 area before we can head back up to the 99. But if we can break above this 87, it should go pretty quick and start pushing us back up to that 2400 level. All right. Overall picture. Oops, pulled this over here. Overall picture, as we saw in a daily time frame, pulled back, retested, and now we're just basically consolidating sideways right at this zone I've created here. All right, we've got to stay above this zone, this 70 area, and somehow we got to work our way back up to this zone up here, 2400, and get this another test, which will get a pullback, and then break on up for this next. But if we don't, if we just keep going sideways, eventually this area is going to fail, and we're going to fail this little zone, and we're going to head right back down to this 34, 42 area. Okay, tough areas to follow. So be careful with this. Again, if you have any questions, contact Frank at tradestalkers.com and have a great day.